Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I want to talk and show you about the Lone Ranger. And this is the Dell Publications Lone Ranger. What you see here is a cover of the Canadian edition of the Lone Ranger number 19. And this is published in 1950. And this is a drawing by a guy named, I believe it's Charles Flanders. And as you can see, it's the Canadian edition. Beautiful cover, actually, but a low-grade comic. So that's that one, number 19. And this is an American edition. This is a Dell comic book, and of course, it was returned by the retailer to the Dell company. And this is number 20, as it says there on the cover. So that's that. Otherwise, it would have been a really nice cover. And this is number 27. And I think we can take a look at that. It's a golden age. So I'll just open up the book, and we'll take a deep dive into the story. All right, so move that aside. It's to give you an idea of what it looks like. So this is a Canadian edition, and it was published by Wilson Publishing. And as you can see, it has no ads or anything like that, and the artwork is actually pretty good. It's a well-drawn book. The story is long and wordy, but it looks to be the work of Charles Flanders. And you can see the Lone Ranger would look like he did in the television series, as you can see, especially from the Tonto character. In the television series, especially in the color, because he was originally, Lone Ranger first appeared in 1949 on TV in a black and white, not in color. And as you can see, in the color version, of course, he was blue, but in the comic book, he was always initially always in red. All right, so that's that. It's beautiful artwork. Stories are well done, actually. I believe the first stories were written by a guy named Gaylord Dubois, not Franz Stryker, as many surmise. They featured indigenous, Native American stories, and always a young hawk appeared in every 145 issues of the Lone Ranger. Okay, this is the Canadian edition. So just put that back carefully. And this is another, and this is also a Canadian edition, very low grade, beautiful cover. And it's Charles, I believe this is Charles Flanders who did the cover. Give you a look there. So yeah, number 31. All right. And what we have here, a 52-page comic book, number 36. And you can look into that. I always remove the tape far away from the book because I do not want it to snag. And this is when you can see the mask cover there. And yep, it's the work of Charles Flanders. So this is volume 1, number 36, 1951. Interior art is Flanders. Interesting artwork. Just so you know, always had great stories and interesting artwork. Rarely signed by the artist. And Little Crow, Native American story. Young Hawk, like I said, appeared in all 145 issues. And here we have some famous wildlife scene, the pronghorn antelope. Right? Beautiful painted cover, 52 pages, all for 10 cents. Right from the golden age. Alright, here's that one. This is number 37. Menacing Lone Ranger cover. That's 37. And of course it's low grade. You can tell by the spine. You can see that the painted cover makes it look pretty beautiful actually. So that's that one. This is number 38. Another beautiful Lone Ranger cover. Lone Ranger looks like he's being chased by some bad guys. And nice picture of the horse, Silver. We'll take a deep dive and have a look. Who is that? The Wapiti, a Shawnee Indian name for a large elk-like animal. All right, interesting. And what do we have here? This is from volume 1, number 38, 1951. The art is a bit different. So I suspect, and yeah, I don't think Flanders did this. So I don't know who the artist is. Maybe someone can help me in the comments. This is not Flanders' work. This is not his style. Headlines in lead. How's that for a title? Just barely hanging on the staple. There's another Golden Age Lone Ranger comic book. Always fun to read. And the Wolf Brother stories begin. Wolf Brother appeared in a few of the issues of the Lone Ranger. And Young Hawk. Alright, so that's that one. And this is another beautiful Lone Ranger cover. This is number 39. And this is the Lone Ranger saving Tonto's life. Beautiful cover. Tight staples, so it's probably a good copy, good plus. You can do a deep dive and have a look. Like I say, I always take the tape far away from the book. Nice tight copy. And yep, we've seen this image before. It's the mountain goat. And disputed territory, scouts of the cavalry. Nice artwork. Always consistently good artwork, these Lone Ranger books. And yeah, like in the previous one, Lone Ranger's in his blue rather than his red. So Lone Ranger as the arrow points. Yeah, Young Hawk story plus a Wolf Brother story. All right. In many respects, this Lone Ranger comic book was way ahead of its time. So that's number 39. Far cry from any of the morally ambiguous comic books that you tend to see these days. So this is that one. And what do we have here? Oh, nice painted cover. Number 41. Let us have a look. The Cottontail Rabbit. Interesting. Beautiful landscape picture. All 52 pages of all comics. Indian superstitions. Sioux ghost stories and the Navajo. So this is from number 41, 1951. Another Golden Age Lone Ranger. All in 52 pages of beautiful stories. This is the Young Hawk story. The art is really good in this. And there's another Wolf Brother story. Okay. What's the other story? Just curious. Let's see. Eagle Feather. Interesting. Okay, so that's that one. And there's another beautiful cover. This is number 46. Nice cover, 1952. And there's the Lone Ranger saving someone's life. That's that one. Number 48. See, take the glare off. Let's see. how somebody in those days wanted to make sure to attract people's attentions with those beautiful painted covers. That's that one. And this is number 50. Bullet barely, nearly got him. And this next one is one of my favorite covers. I have to look inside. So move the tape far away. And this is number 51 from 1952. Rustler's Hideout. Beautiful cover. One mean looking dude. And that's what the Lone Ranger does. He shoots the guns from people, never kills anybody. Stand-ins for murder. Alright. See at the back. Oh wow. Preacher Row Sparks in a pitching duel. One of these has, there's the stamp, July 21st, 1952. One of these has a picture of Yogi Berra. Let's see. We'll have to look. So that's number 51. We'll have to look. We'll look through number 50. Remove the tape. Put it far away from the book. Ralph Kiner. How's that? An advertisement for Wheaties. And this is number 50. Old Cheyenne. And of course there's a Little Hawk story. Young Hawk. Alright. That's number 50. And what do we have here? This is number 55. Just remove the painter's tape. Look inside. Put the tape far away, and we have a very good copy of number 55. And we have a football one, Oak Walker. Touchdown, Sparks for Lions. 1953, Death in the Forest, with an advertisement for Peter Pan. Beautiful, beautiful cover. And that's Tonto doing what he does best, saving Lone Ranger's life. All right. And then we have number 62, another good plus copy of number 62. Let's do a deep dive. And let's look inside. Number 62, Paroled Man. Nice artwork, more detailed. I love the artwork. Alright. Paroled Man. Just curious at the back. There he is. Yogi Berra. It ain't over till it's over. I believe he's the one that said that. And there's a Young Hawk story. Medicine shirt. Nice cover. Alright. And what's this one? Number 63. Oops, this is a better cover. That's number 63. 52-page comic. And the Lone Ranger looks like he's about to save the day. This is number 70. Take the glare off. Number 70. Dell. This is number 72. Nice painted cover. And this is I'd say a good, plus, and very good of number 72. And here's another beautiful, familiar cover of number 75. And if you remember this cover, that's the same cover. But instead of the green background, it's what's called a mirror cover. So you have one on one side, one on the other. It's a mirror cover. Alright, so that's that. July 29th. This is number 80. Nice cover. These are always hard to find, so when I find them, I pick them up, but they're not always in the condition that I want. But because of their fact that they're hard to find, I generally buy them. And usually they're reasonably priced. It's one of the few Golden Age comic books that are accessible to most people to buy. All right, that's that one. This is number 81. Nice cover. Probably look at it just to have a look. And it came with ads at this point. So the Dell trademark is a positive guarantee that the comic and magazine varying it contains only clean and wholesome juvenile entertainment. So notice the Dell books, as the gold key books, never had the Comics Code Authority, the CCA. They never used them. Similarly with Classics Illustrated, published by the Gilberton Company, Gilberton Publications. So this is from March 1955, number 81. Nice, as always, beautiful painted cover. Good comics, never paid expense, never worried about expense, providing kids with good quality artwork and comic books, including a respect for their indigenous Native neighbors, Native American neighbors. That's that, way ahead of its time. And this is number 82, Stagecoach. It's number 82. Number 85, 10 cents. Number 88. Read Badge of Honor, the story of a lawman's pride. Take the glare off. There's that mask. Number 94. Number 96. What's a Lone Ranger comic without a Tonto on the cover? So the Lone Ranger comic books had spin-offs. As I may have said in the previous Lone Ranger episode, Silver, his horse, got his own comic book. And Tonto also got his own comic book. That's how popular the Lone Ranger series was. So this is number 108. Still with the painted covers, still 10 cents. It's 108. And this is 110. This is a good, fair, good minus, I'd say. Right, that's 110. And finally, we come to the photo covers. This is the very first photo cover featuring Clayton Moore on the cover. This is a lower grade, as you can see, with the tear. But there's Silver, there's Clayton Moore. This is number 112. And if you want to get a good Lone Ranger comic book for this series, this is the one to get. This is the first photo cover that they did. Dell, for their cowboy line, like Have Gun Will Travel and so on, Maverick, they always had these good-looking cowboys on the cover. And the Lone Ranger at this time period was no exception. So that's number 112, the first photo cover. Here's number 127, and this is a beautiful copy of that. This is number 127, but it's from still 10 cents, as it said there, still 10 cents, April, May. So the series would end at number 145. And this one is number 127. They, I'll look here. Sorry, 129. This one's 129. So this one is where the retailer cut the title and sent it back to the publisher so they can get a refund. It's a terrible thing to do to a book, but anyway, that's what was done in those days. Okay, and Clayton Moore on the cover. It's number 130. Clayton Moore in an action pose. Number 130. Still 10 cents. Number 132. And this one looks like a very good copy. Maybe very good, maybe fine. So this is 132. Dell Western Adventure. This is number 139. And this one is 15 cents. So I don't know if that's a variant or a Canadian edition. Don't know. I am not sure. Maybe somebody out there knows. All right, so that's number 139. This is number 140. Another beautiful photo cover, 15 cents. And this one is very good to find. It has spine breaks here, so maybe very good plus. All right, so that's that one, number 140. And this is the second to last Lone Ranger book. This is number 144. And Clayton Moore on the cover. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this presentation on the Lone Ranger, the Dell Lone Ranger. And if you did, remember to give me that like. And thanks all to my subscribers. Like I said, and again, feel free to comment. And like I said, the Lone Ranger series was, in my view, ahead of its time because of its use of and respect for the Native American neighbors. Tonto, played by a native North American, it did justice to the role of Native Americans, and in every single issue, that always featured a Young Hawk story. All right, thanks everyone for subscribing. Thanks for the comments, and remember to give me that thumbs up if you liked the content. Okay, thanks.